everyone, it's Sarah Jean. Welcome to my, excuse me, super impromptu video. I realized it's almost OneBook July and I should probably update you guys on what I've been using and what I will be using. If you've seen any of my last couple videos, you guys will know that I've been in B6 size since November of this last year, I believe. And I love it. It's the best thing ever. I loved finally graduating from using field notes for about 6 years up into a bigger size. Super great and wonderful. I'll give you a little flip through of what I've been working in for, since November. You've seen a little bit here and there, and excuse me for my throat. It's early here. So I started out with the creme brulee when I first started the B6. I absolutely love this size. I love it for art journaling. I love it for my planning. I was using onion skin and Tomoe River paper for journaling and watercoloring, and I just fell so in love with this size. I loved that you could put all of these bits and pieces from your day into it without having to cut anything down or worry about it, and it was just super wonderful and great, and I absolutely loved it. And I used the creme specifically, I think, for 3 months maybe. And then I got an itch, like we all do, for a new cover. So then I purchased this beauty, which is the Calypso, I believe. And same quotes, markings. I actually didn't use it for as long as I thought I would, because then I got this beast. And I love it. And I've been using it for the last, 2 months maybe. And then I got wild and crazy and I got this little patch and a sticker subscription and I had to use it, so I stuck it on here. And then while we were on this big road trip to Yellowstone this last 2 weeks, I decided to be brave and put pins all over the cover. Don't know if I love it, don't know if I hate it, but it's there and it's cool. And surprisingly, while we were on the trip, well, I'll show you a little bit of a flip through on this. Same thing, inserts. Like I said, I've only been in this one for a while, so the most I have in here so far is the journaling for the Yellowstone trip, which in the center is all this little ephemera I collected and tags and things I was going to put in here. But I put this on my Instagram, but just a quick little flip of what I'm doing for my travel journaling in it. And with the little bit of painting I've done, and the little bit of stickers, and all kinds of fold outs and things. It's lots of fun. I'm honestly like 10 pages into this journal and I'm only on day 1 of the trip. I wrote notes for every day, thankfully. And then just my usual process. I painted a few pages in advance and set them up, and then I go back and do journaling and add photos and such. So it's been a lot of fun. But as I was saying, surprisingly on my trip, we were in Yellowstone. We were at Old Faithful, and there was a gift shop. There's tons of gift shops there, which was super fun and fantastic. And we left the gift shop and we got back in the RV, which we drove this big 32-foot RV all the way from California to Wyoming. It was great. I drove it. It was insane. It was so cool. And I get back in the RV and my husband surprised me with this pocket size leather folio. It's got this great little buffalo detail on it. It's made by Rustico, and it's got this really, really cool pin space on the back. And he was so excited to give it to me. And it came with a 3-pack of the craft field notes. And he was so excited to find this for me and to give it to me. So I had to go ahead and use this notebook cover, because even though it's pocket size and I haven't been in pocket size in several months, and I love B6, I could not let a gift go unused. So when I got it home, I went ahead and strung it up as a traveler's notebook. I just took an awl and I put 2 holes in the bottom, 2 holes in the top, hole in the middle. Honestly, I wouldn't have used rainbow elastic had I had any other color, but I just happened to have rainbow elastic, so that's what I used it for. I moved this charm from my other one to this one because I loved it so much. And then I actually found this at Michael's and just thought it was so suiting to go with the buffalo and the Yellowstone, and it just matched the summer's aesthetic so far. So this is what I'm going to be using for OneBook July, because while I will still be working in this beast, because I'm doing the art journal, the travel journal in it, I have to use this right now. And so I don't know, I think I'm going to continue to use both. I will use this as my desk at home, want to do big stuff in traveler's notebook. And then this will be my, oh my god, this actually fits in my purse and it's not giant, traveler's notebook. So we'll see, but exclusively for July, outside of doing the art journaling, I'm going to be using this pretty little thing. So I've just set it up, so I don't have a ton of stuff in it yet. I mean, I have all the inserts, but there's not much in the inserts yet. It also has this great little pocket here, and then it's got this full-length pocket here. I did check their website, and Rustico no longer offers this folio as far as I could find. I think it must have been something that was special, maybe even specifically for Yellowstone, since it has that buffalo imprint on it. But when you find a gem like this, I mean, oh, and it smells lovely. And it's a very soft, flexible leather, which I haven't had a soft, flexible leather in I don't know how long. Most of my leathers tend to be a little bit more robust, so like it does pull a little bit. But it's fantastic because it's that type that like scratches up, and then it's sort of like, it's really an oiled leather, so then it buffs right out, and it smells like heaven. So, oh, in the pen, because I love my fountain pens and I love having bulletproof black ink so that if I write first and then watercolor afterwards, it doesn't smear. This is just my little fountain pen, and it's got the Noodlers. What is this? It's called like something, well, it's black obviously, but it's called American Eel, and I think it's like the blackest black that they make. And it's waterproof, which is great. So I'm keeping my big one over here and my small one with my small one. Isn't that such a cool label? Actually, I want to peel the label off and put it in my journal. Anyways, but I'll do that later. I won't make you guys watch me do that. So that's that. This pen is great. It's one of those that you have to draw the ink into. It doesn't take cartridges. It's full size when you put the cap on, but it's quite tiny in itself, and it fits really nicely in this little pen spot. Okay, so inserts. So I have a lunacy field notes, which is so great, and this one I'm actually going to be using for my spiritual insert. Like I said, I just got home and I just put all these in here, so there's really not anything in any of these yet, but spiritual insert, so it's going to be prayers, spells, tarot, Bible studies, witchy studies, herbology, Christology, I don't know if Christology is a word, candle magic, just everything. I love studying different religions and working them into my own spiritual beliefs, and so all that goodness goes into here. Second one is going to be my monthly daily, which, guys, it's really, really weird to be back into a tiny little field notes for that, but this is what I'm working with. So I actually went back and watched some of my old videos trying to figure out, like, oh, what did you do in the tiny field note size, and how are you setting them up? And whereas in my B6, I do like the big monthly hand-drawn calendar, and then everything else is just sort of like a daily bujo Mod Podge mixture. This, I found, I tried to do a calendar and it was just too tiny to actively use. So I'm going back to like a week on 2-page type spread so that I have enough room to write to-dos. And then any pages after that can be daily menagerie madness. And then, you know, once that week's over, I'll do the week on 2 pages again. But I'm just going to sort of let it free flow until I find out what works again in this size and what I'm currently wanting to do. But that is my plan so far. Oh, by the way, this is their brand new edition. This is their summer edition. It is called the 3 Missions edition, and it's so freaking cool. Let me show you the other 2. It's a 3-pack set, as always, and it comes with all 3 space missions that got us to the moon. I think they're called Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. And then they have all of the mission information on the back, the beautiful photos on the front. They're the 60-pound weighted paper, so they're not as great as the 70, but you can still get them pretty wet and pretty messy. And so far I have not had any pens bleed through, so these are amazing. They just came out like this last Monday. They are super, super, super cool. If you're a space nut at all and you do pocket size, grab these babies up. Go to the Field Notes website because they are freaking cool. Okay, anyway, so then the next insert is a shelter wood, one of my old favorites. I don't think you can get these anymore on the Field Notes website, but you have to double check. I love them because, like the America the Beautiful, they have the 70-pound weighted paper, which I love. This is going to be my arty journal, so a lot like the old pocket size videos you've seen of mine. This is going to have paint, It's going to be experimental. It's going to then just have writing over the paints and things. So this is sort of like my experimental art journaling insert, because the paper's heavy, so I know it'll hold up great to everything. This one is going to be my health insert. This was a special one that they did this last February. It was a love themed one. It was like a special 2-pack that you got, I think, with a regular order. It was called Heartbeat Edition. And I just thought, well, Heartbeat sounded great for health. This is going to be mental health. It's going to be physical health. It's going to be notes on diets. It's going to be how I'm feeling during the day, what my anxiety levels are, if I'm dealing with depression. I've been very open about struggles like that. So all of that is going to go into here. And I'm excited when it's full to look back and reflect. But it's basically just going to be journaling and then notes and all kinds of different things I may need to look back on. Tracking health information. The next one is a Carhartt. This came out, I think, 2 years ago, 2016. I purchased these because they were hunting, camping, and like maybe boating themed or something, and I got a set for my husband for Christmas. But these are great. This is going to be just my writing journal, just my write it out. I'll probably add like watercolor to the pages, and this is just journaling. Nothing else, no painting, no stickers, just writing out my thoughts, my feelings, my day. When I don't feel like it belongs in my daily, and I don't really, if it's something I don't want in my regular art journal, it goes into here, just for writing. Nothing nice, nothing pretty, just sort of messy. I'm using my little zip pocket again. I got photos of me and my honeys, and then just a small little selection of stickers. And the last insert is my commonplace brain dump. This is just the craft edition. It's the lined, because anytime I prefer I'm doing just writing type things, I really do like the lined. And this is just notes, quotes, song lyrics. I don't have another place for this. Brain dump, commonplace, recipes, put it all into this insert. And so I've got my standard 6 inserts, which is what I've been using for quite a long time. I know at one point I think I tried to jump up to like 8 inserts, but I don't even remember. I'd have to watch one of my old videos. I don't even remember what the other 2 inserts would have been. I think maybe I used to have like an information insert, and I found that ended up being kind of a waste of an insert. You would have like 10 pages of information in it, and then I wouldn't need to put anything else in it. So, you know, it ended up being over half the insert empty, and then I would try to add things into it like lists. And I just found myself that I didn't really need the lists that I was writing. They were sort of lists to be lists, but they weren't useful lists. They were not useful, so, and then I don't even remember what the other one would have been. Goodness, maybe I was splitting up mental health and physical health. I don't know. But anyways, I've been using 6 for quite some time. I don't have anything in these little pockets yet. I'm not used to the size or structure of pockets, and honestly, you guys have seen most of my notebooks. I love having the pockets in case I want to put something in the pockets, but I don't always just have stuff in the pockets. And like I said a million times, I would love to just have pretty junk in them, and I never get around to it, or then I put some in and then I feel like it's useless, so I take it out. So I don't know. To be continued on the pockets. But so this is what I'm going to be using for my OneBook July. I feel really bad. I haven't even really looked into what the specifics for this year's OneBook July are. I was watching Creatively Free to Be Me, who I love. She is fantastic. I will just turn her videos on in the morning and sit there and do my own thing and listen to her. She's just amazing. If you guys have not checked her out, go check out her channel. She does amazing art journaling, and she does amazing journal building, and sometimes she sells her amazing creations in her Etsy shop. I hopefully am going to be having some journals in my Etsy shop in the next month or so, so wait to check that out. But she had mentioned that this year, one of the specifics for the OneBook July, which remember, there's no rules. You don't have to do everything. You can do nothing. You can do everything. Your one book can be one book with 10 inserts. Your one book could be one book for home and one book for work. It's really just like a month to try something new, to go back to something old maybe like I am, to rework something, and to experiment and to have fun. She did mention though that one of the different components this year was digital planning, which I have not really ever done. I feel sort of disconnected when I do digital planning. It's sort of like you retain information better when you're taking notes for a class, and so when you're physically writing things down, studies have shown that you retain that information better. For me, it's kind of the same with digital planning. First of all, you don't get the pretty aspect, although I'm sure now there are apps where you could do pretty digital planning. I haven't even looked into it. I'm sure they exist. But also I feel like, I don't know, like once I upload something digitally, I sort of just like out of sight, out of mind, forget. And so I'm sure you can turn, you know, there's alerts and things, I'm assuming, for digital planning. But I don't know, I'm kind of an old school gal in that aspect, but I'm super excited to watch all the other ladies' videos. Romany, God, who else? Now I'm forgetting everyone's names. I feel like I've been so out of the planner traveler's notebook loop for the last several months. We had a tragedy this last summer, almost a year ago, and I feel like Facebook has gotten really quiet. Like all of the Facebook groups have been really quiet, so I kind of feel disconnected. But you know, like Romany and everyone else, Carrie Harling, I know that they're, and Miss Vicky B, I know that they're usually the top 3 gals running this show for July. So I'm excited to watch their videos. I'm excited to watch everyone else's videos. I'm really intrigued by the digital planning, although I don't necessarily see myself doing it. I'm excited to see what technologies come up with, what these talented, wonderful, insanely energetic ladies have come up for digital, especially since I know they're so heavy like paper planner gals. I'm really excited to watch their videos and everyone else's and just see what everyone is doing. And so there it is. I will hopefully give you guys an update at the end of the month. And now that my little monster is a little bit older, and I can't believe this, but he's been quiet for 16.25 minutes. Hopefully I can get some more videos out more often. I really want to do one like at least once a week. So if you have any requests, comments, ideas, things you'd like to see from me, I'd really like to start doing journal process videos. So if you're interested in seeing how this menagerie happens, let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye, guys.